welcome back. Part 3, our NFL off-season preview show. Free agency starts March 5th, 5 days from today, which we are filming.
Midnight.
Midnight, yeah, March 5th.
We will be up to see who's going to get signed first.
Who do you think could get signed as soon as this gig gets underway? Who's getting signed?
The biggest name on the market, Julius Peppers.
You think someone's taking him at midnight?
I don't think exactly at midnight. Obviously, his agent's
4:05.
going to accept calls, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of teams calling. You know, whether teams need him or not, teams will call. He's the biggest name on the market right now.
Right. Now, we can talk about time all we want. The big question is, where is Julius Peppers easily the big name of this year, the biggest name of this year's free agent pool? What team ultimately is going to get him, and for how much money? How much money is Julius Peppers walking away with?
Luckily, Mike, our lovely computer here has a beautiful list of teams, and I have one team in mind, whether you guys agree or not, that will sign him.
I'm interested to hear this one.
Has been the team that's been chasing him for the past year, the New England Patriots. He has said that he wants to play in a 3-4 style defense, so he technically moving from defensive end to either an outside linebacker for a 3-4. I mean, he could probably fit in the defensive end there too.
Dude could play anywhere. Played basketball in college.
You know, and think about it. It fits well. I mean, they're talking about for the Patriots, you got Derek Burgess, who's a free agent. You know, I think that was a nice deal for a 1-year deal they got for him.
Yeah.
And Adalius Thomas might be released.
Yeah.
So
after franchising Vance Wilfork.
I think the biggest thing. I think that's where he's going. I don't. Maybe not at midnight, but I would say that to me is the name we will see at midnight that will be signed.
Well, yeah, I mean, Peppers can pick and choose. He has the ability to do that.
Of course, yeah, that's what the beauty is of being an unrestricted free agent. So, what do you think?
I mean, quite frankly, where do I think he's going to go? I mean, honestly, I don't know. Because it's like, sometimes you know of a team that's like hell-bent on getting him. You know, obviously you could say New England, but at this point, I feel like it's just going to be who offers him the most money.
Of course.
It's like he wants an Albert Haynesworth deal, but he's not going to get an Albert Haynesworth deal, so I feel like if he's looking for that kind of money, he's going to take the team that gives him the most money.
Of course. I mean, he could sign with the Oakland Raiders. Remember, even though the Raiders are such a crap team, they got money. Yeah. Al Davis has a lot of money, folks. The Detroit Lions, they have money. It's just, do they want to spend it? The Chicago Bears have interest.
Yeah. I mean, a team that he would fit in great with, honestly, the New York Jets. Because look, the team plays a 3-4 defense.
Just like you brought up the Jets for
just like Peppers wants to play it. You know what? You have they want to give Vernon Golson another shot, but if you can bring in Julius Peppers and then rotate Golson in for maybe a Sean Ellis, because you have Sean Ellis on one side, Julius Peppers on the other. Again, you want to move him back to play linebacker for every now and again. You have that option too. I'm sure Rex Ryan will accommodate.
Now I'm going to get back to Julius Peppers in a minute, but since you brought up the Jets,
okay,
what you just said, I know about Vernon Golson, and for me, in my eyes, if I had to say draft bust, Vernon Golson has to be on that list.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Joey Porter, as we all know, is going to be released by the Dolphins on March 5th.
Yep.
And if it's anyone that Rex Ryan loves most, is people who want to play, people who play mean, and people who can play big. Joey Porter is everything that would fit in a Rex Ryan style of defense, and is what they need, an outside linebacker. He's a big veteran guy, has Super Bowl rings to prove it, and can bring some true leadership to the Jets' young men at the linebackers. So I think the Jets won't go to Peppers there. I think other teams for Peppers, though, could be the Lions, like I said. The Rams could be. I mean, could it be?
The problem is, again, I don't see Peppers signing with a bad team. But yeah, there are options. Yeah, he would fit there and be like the best guy.
Like you said, who's going to give him the most money? And I know there's one team that's not, and that is the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
So, the next big free agent Carlos Dansby.
From the Cardinals. I gotta go Giants. He wants to play there. He said he wants to be in New York. The Giants need him.
Giants.
It's a perfect match.
Well, we already brought up this in our last show.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce got released.
Yeah.
I can see Antonio going to
A team to be a backup.
He's a backup, and again, I think the Patriots might be a nice fit there, needing another inside linebacker.
And see, the thing with Pierce is you're getting a lot of intangibles. His on the field skills are diminishing. Yeah, because of the bulging disc injury.
Exactly.
But Pierce, listen, as much as a Giants fan, you know what? I hated watching him play because you know what? He missed a lot of tackles and stuff. And I knew his skills were diminishing. He's fantastic as far as calling the plays on the field.
Of course.
Being that on the field leader. And honestly, when he retires, he's going to be a great defensive coordinator one day.
I mean, he could fit. He could go to the Titans. He could go to the Browns. He could go to the Bengals. Who knows where he could go?
Yeah.
But teams like the Lions, who need that veteran presence with a great leadership, will take Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
So now I think that Dansby does fit the Giants perfectly. There's obviously a need for both sides. One side wants a good guy to be there for the next few years, like they did when they signed Pierce.
Yeah.
And the other side wants to make money and go to a good team who's got the ability to win. The Giants have the ability to win. They obviously slipped this year with the defense. The linebacker needing the most help. They did a good job going out and signing Michael Boley. Danny Clark is definitely getting older. So, and they had a nice draft pick with Clint Sintum. He seems to be converting quite well.
Yes.
And who's going to fill that void? I do believe it's going to be Carl Dansby. If not, I'm going to go with Rolando McClain in the draft.
Yeah.
And I think the Giants might go after Larry Foote. But, like you said, I'm agreeing. Carl Dansby to the Giants. Let's see what happens.
The other linebacker who's probably going to re-sign with the Colts is Gary Brackett. Now, the issue there is that they might give him a contract in the $7 million per year range.
Which is a...
Gary Brackett's 30 years old, and honestly, he's not really the best.
I look at Gary Brackett as 2 years ago Antonio Pierce, where you started to see that decline. He's a great leader for that team.
Yes. He's almost comparable to him.
But if you watch the Super Bowl, these linebackers fell apart.
Granted, it was against the Saints, but play after play after play, Breeze ripped apart the linebackers, Brackett included. It's got to take, it's got to play a part because if you again, you could say, well, it was just Saints. You got to beat the big teams if you want to win.
Exactly. And I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing them take Brackett for maybe a 2-year deal worth maybe $10 million.
Yeah.
You know, $5 million a year. Maybe you offer him 5 guarantees, so it's half that guarantee.
Incentives. That's how you got to go.
Exactly. It's all incentive, and which it always should be. You know, it's like baseball. Player hits 50 home runs. Okay, you deserve a little bit more money. But if he's expected to hit 50 home runs, you pay him to get expected to hit 50 home runs. But if he hits 25, he shouldn't be paid that much to get expected.
Oh yeah, I totally understand. Now, special teams. A lot of free agent kickers missed big-time kicks in the playoffs. Neil Rackers, Jay Feely can be included, Shane Graham. Now, I do not get the Jets. They're going to release Jay Feely, who's been very good for them.
Well, he's a free agent, so he's going to walk.
Yeah, and they signed Nick Folk, who I don't get that.
Well, here's the big question to me. They signed a kicker who is used to kicking indoors. Now, the Jets and the Giants kick in a very windy stadium.
Yeah.
And it's outdoors. So he's going from a beautiful environment to a not-so-good environment. So the question is that a good signing? And I have to agree. I think that's a terrible signing. I don't mind the tryout. I don't mind bringing him in for insurance. I mind the fact that they have a guy.
Nick Folk was cut by 2 teams this season because of missing some easy kicks. I don't agree with the Jets signing him. I think that'll come back to bite him at some point.
So,
and for the Giants, look, Lawrence Tynes has to go, in my opinion. Shane Graham is there. Pick up Shane Graham.
Shane Graham, even Neil Rackers, even at 34. It's like you took Jeff Beagles when he was 39 years old because you knew he was legit.
Yeah.
You know, Neil Rackers is legit.
That's the thing. Kickers that are 30 still have 10 years to go in the league.
Yeah.
At some point.
Sebastian Janikowski just signed a 4-year deal.
That might raise the bar for kickers. But let's come back. We still got to talk about some quarterbacks.
Cornerbacks,
just,
kicker. Well, we have some punters to talk about, safeties. We got a lot to talk about, and then we got to finish with the whole team thing. So we'll be right back.